and welcome to this week's Wednesday reflection from Holy Saviour Church. Worcester Cathedral has a prominent place in the city overlooking the River Severn, and in the years following its foundation in 680 AD, it became one of the most important monastic cathedrals in the country. Today is the feast day of one of its bishops from the 11th century. In 1038, a young man named Wulfstan was ordained, and rather than accept a wealthy living, he joined the Benedictine order at Worcester. He held a number of positions over the following years, and in 1050 Wulfstan became prior of this small community of 12 monks. He was apparently an effective administrator, and is also being described as being especially zealous in preaching, baptizing and counselling. After 25 years with the order, he was appointed Bishop of Worcester, a title he took on reluctantly. Following the Norman conquest, he was the only pre-conquest bishop to remain in post, and by 1075 was the only English-born bishop in the country. Sadly, his cathedral was destroyed by the Danes, and Wulfstan embarked on a rebuilding project in 1084. Only the crypt remains now under the present buildings, but it is still in use. He died in 1095, aged 87, and was canonized 100 years later. However, his shrine was damaged and lost during the Reformation. Wulfstan was known as a social reformer and opponent of the slave trade. Along with Lanfranc, who was the Archbishop of Canterbury, he campaigned to end the practice of selling Christian slaves. At the time, there was a major trade of slaves between the port of Bristol and Viking Island. The people of Bristol were subjected to months of persistent and persuasive preaching against the practice, until finally they were won round and supported Wulfstan's reforms. King William also supported the campaign, and the practice of selling slaves was finally banned in 1102, a few years after Wulfstan's death. In view of the recent interest in the history of Bristol and the city's links with the slave trade, it's interesting to note that the church was actively involved with the abolition of the practice 900 years ago. Wulfstan surely deserves to be remembered for his work. To end my reflection, I've chosen the hymn, "When I Needed a Neighbour, Were You There?" When I